The future of world football is in safe hands. The past few seasons have seen some fantastic young players break into the professional scene and give the old boys a run for their money. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down some of the best young names in Europe who have a very bright future ahead of them. It's incredible to see how many young players are breaking into the professional scene. The pace and physicality of the sport is constantly shifting, and new players are having to adapt quickly to how the game is played. For this video, hundreds of different players could have been included in the list. However, in the interest of time, a few constraints were placed. Firstly, only players to have played 300 minutes will be included. Secondly, only players born from 1999 or later will also be on the list. So I'm sorry, Mbappe, you're not on my list. And finally, only 3 players from each of the top 5 leagues in Europe will be chosen. So let's begin, and let's make our way over to Italy for the best young players in the Serie A. My first pick from Italy is the Inter centre-back Bastoni. Antonio Conte has a lot of faith in the young Italian, and he's been a consistent starter all season. His excellent ball-playing skills ensure Inter is able to build up play rapidly down the left wing. He's been excellent at moving the ball forward, and as a result plays the most long balls in the team per 90. His technical ability and tactical prowess will surely see him become one of Italy's most valued centre-backs over the next decade. My second pick is easily already a world-class player, Gigi Donnarumma. The Italian goalkeeper has been one of the best goalkeepers in the league since he was introduced by coach Mihajlovic back in 2015, at the age of 17. He's already one of AC Milan's pillars and also a senior of the Italian national team. He is constantly maturing and will no doubt be remembered as one of the greatest goalkeepers in the league and world football. His physical presence in the box and fantastic reflexes make him one of the hardest keepers to beat and will be constantly breaking records in his career. My final choice for the Serie A goes to another centre-back, this time from Juventus, Matthijs de Ligt. A shoulder injury has not stopped him from being recognised as one of the brightest young talents in the game. He's one of the most valuable centre-backs in the world and according to the transfer market is worth 75 million, second only to Liverpool's Virgil van Dijk. On the pitch, he can be considered as a very classic defender, not afraid to get stuck into a challenge and has the highest blocks per game for Juventus. His abilities do not end there and is also a key player in Juventus' build-up play, and thus plays 66.2 passes per game, the second most in the team. As is the case for every league in this video, choosing just 3 names was proving to be very challenging, and I've certainly left a lot of good names out. Some honourable mentions go to AC Milan's Leao, who's having a fantastic season. And in previous seasons, Roma's Zaniolo was proving to be one of the best young players in the world, and we all hope to see him recover from injury as soon as possible. Moving on, let's make our way to France for the best young players in Ligue 1. My first pick from France is 20-year-old Sofiane Diop from Monaco. He's proven to be able to play in most attacking roles and will see him go from his favoured right wing to even left wing or centre attacking midfielder. So far he's scored 6 goals and has the 4th best overall match rating in the team. He's the most fouled player in the team, completes the 2nd most dribbles and has the most interceptions than any non-defender. Did I also mention he's the smallest player on the team? He's the purest definition of size doesn't matter, and while he may not grow in stature, he'll certainly grow as a player from here. From shortest to tallest, my next player on the list is Lille's centre-back Sven Botman. Lille are currently top of the league with the joint best defensive record, and this is arguably due to the 20-year-old. At 1m93, he's definitely a physical threat at the back. He's up there with the best in the team at blocks, clears, interceptions and tackles, but excels in passes per game, showing his ability to help Lille play the ball out from the back as they've done so well this season. With Man United and Liverpool both rumoured to be in the race to sign the young defender, the future looks bright for the Dutch giant. The final player on my Ligue 1 list is the Italian striker Moise Kean, currently at PSG on loan from Everton. In just 17 appearances, he's already netted 11 times and definitely seems to be improving every match week. Used mostly as a striker, he's also been deployed down the right wing, where he's proven to be an excellent dribbler and great at 1v1 situations. He's the type of player that seems to fit PSG to a T, with enough flair and confidence to give any defender a hard time. I'm sure Everton will be delighted to have kept him on their books, and will surely have more of an impact on his return to Merseyside. Ligue 1 is definitely not shy of young talent, and while these 3 are my picks for players that I believe will become world class, they're certainly not the only ones that I was thinking of. My honourable mention goes to the Canadian striker Jonathan David, who's having an exceptional season with 7 goals and 1 assist. Moving on, let's make our way to England for the Premier League. First on the list is Leicester's centre-back Wesley Fofana. The young Frenchman is receiving some well-deserved praise this season and has been absolutely rock solid at the back for the Foxes. On the ball, he has the second best pass completion, but it's off the ball where he really shines. Per 90, he's averaged the highest interceptions, the most clears and the most blocks than any other player in the team. He's the tallest player in the team and has proven to be key behind Leicester's fantastic season and have struggled to perform without him, such as their 3-1 loss to Arsenal while out with an injury. He certainly has the potential to become one of the world's best. Next up on my list is Wolves' Pedro Neto. Wolves' season has been far from ideal. Injuries to Raul Jimenez and mistakes at the back have seen them fall short of their expectations. However, the young Portuguese attacking midfielder has been a shining light and arguably their best player this season. He's been the most dangerous in front of goal with 5 goals and 5 assists, averages the highest shots per game and the highest pass completion, the most key passes and the most man of the match awards. By trade, he's a winger, but has also shown to be very capable when on the left or right of a midfield 3. He will push to support the strikers and will cut inside to get on the back of any balls in behind. He's been a standout player this season and will certainly continue to do so over the next few years. My last player from the Premier League is hardly a surprise, and it's actually quite remarkable to think of how young this player still is. Manchester City's Phil Foden is turning out to be the player that Guardiola always warned us about. With 6 goals and 3 assists so far, he's proven to be lethal both from out wide and when cutting in behind from central positions. His development over the past few seasons has been phenomenal, and with Pep Guardiola constantly singing his praise, the only logical conclusion is that the young Englishman will become a global star over the next few years. Picking a top 3 from the Premier League was arguably the hardest decision I had to make. There are so many young players that will definitely become household names over the next few years. My honourable mentions go to Chelsea's Reece James and Callum Hudson-Odoi, Arsenal's Bukayo Saka and Man United's Mason Greenwood. Next up, the Spanish La Liga. My first pick is Real Madrid's Vinicius Jr. He's a player who's already highly valued in world football. And while this season has not been to the standard of some of the other names on the list, he's been included purely because of the potential that he has. So far this season, he has 2 goals and 2 assists to his name, and has been the go-to left forward alongside Karim Benzema. It takes a special type of player and person to succeed with Real Madrid. A player must have a great degree of individual quality, but they must also have a personality that is conducive to success and responding to pressure, something that Vinny has proven to be capable of. His season may encapsulate that of Real Madrid's as a whole, but will certainly be one of their key players over the next few seasons. My second name from La Liga is also the youngest player on the list. At just 18 years old, Barcelona's Ansu Fati. Just recently nominated World's Best Under-20 player, the Spanish attacking midfielder has not let injuries slow him down. And in just 6 appearances for the club, he's netted 4 times, only 2 less than the big signing Antoine Griezmann. His lightweight make him extremely agile and will often drift inside from the left wing. His finishing is arguably his best strength, and when cutting inside he's shown his ability to curl shots in at the back post. Playing alongside Lionel Messi will help him develop and will definitely become a staple within this Barcelona team. My final pick is a player who continues to develop and improve every season, and it's Atletico Madrid's Joao Felix. This season he's done a much better job at playing in a more central role and linking Atletico's low block to their attack, and so far has 7 goals and 4 assists to his name, already more than he'd achieved last season. His performances have helped Atletico become title favourites for La Liga, and the young Portuguese star will look to follow in the footsteps of his co-national Cristiano Ronaldo. If you'd like to know more about how Joao Felix fits into the Atletico team, then check out my video on Atletico Madrid. For the Spanish La Liga, it seems that flair and individual skill is what is sought after in young players, and there's definitely plenty of those to choose from. My honourable mentions go to 20-year-old Pedri from Barcelona and Rodrigo from Real Madrid. Next up, Germany for the Bundesliga, and I'm sure you can all work out who's going to be on my list. First on the list is Canadian left-back Alphonso Davies. His electrifying pace has seen him become the perfect successor to David Alaba, who's been deployed as a centre-back to give space to the Canadian. His pace allows him to bomb forward to support the attack, and as a result completes the most dribbles in the team. He's been so good for Bayern Munich that at just the age of 19 he's already won the Champions League, and is already being included in conversations about the best fullbacks in the world. If he continues to improve in the upcoming years, the sky is the only limit for the Canadian wonder kid. Next up is the English winger Jadon Sancho. The Borussia Dortmund starlet is by no means your average young player. At just the age of 20, he is second on goals scored and has the most assists in the team. He also provides the most key passes and the most dribbles per game than any other player. He's proven to be extremely capable at drifting inside from the right and excels in tight spaces with close quarter passes. The list of teams interested in signing him is endless. However, the list of teams that can afford him is pretty short, and will surely be a record fee if he's to leave the Dortmund side. The final name on this list is also probably the best on this list. We're sticking with Dortmund, and the 20-year-old Erling Haaland is already one of the best players in the world. It seems unfair to have him in the same category as some of the other players on this list, and with 17 goals and 4 assists this season, he's second only to Robert Lewandowski on goal contributions. You'd think that standing at 1m94, his strongest feature would be his strength. It is, but so is his finishing, his pace, and if that wasn't enough, even his technical ability is up there with some of the best, able to hold up play or to skip past the last defender. His talents are no longer a surprise, and is now the first player from 1999 or later to be valued at over 110 million, but will certainly sell for much more than that if he's to leave Dortmund. With Dortmund being home to some of the best young players in the world, the future of Bayern Munich is in safe hands. My honourable mentions for the Bundesliga go to 17-year-old Jude Bellingham and 18-year-old Giovanni Reina. And there you have it, these are 15 of my favourite young players in Europe. Obviously, these are just my opinions and shouldn't be taken as fact, and there are plenty of other players that could have been included in their place. Having said that, who do you think should have been included on the list, and who do you think I wrongfully included? Please let me know in the comments down below, and if you like this type of video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.